Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongooli show. I haven't been around for the last week because we've been celebrating Canada Day. My brother's been in town. For all my people south of the border, happy 4th of July. There's just been a ton going on in Marvel Strike Force, ton going on in the real world, and I just have been busy. So we're going to jump into this absolutely massive blog and recap for the week, and it's just crazy all the stuff that we're going to have to go over. So let's just dive right in. All right, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the Illuminati Showcase FAQs. Now, first things first, more information is always better than less information. So kudos, Scooply, for even coming out with this. You didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. Now, the second thing is we know that we need the Illuminati team for the next legendary character. We don't know what the next legendary character is going to be, but we need the Illuminati team. You do not need Captain Britain. There are going to be 5 members, so you're going to be able to do those nodes. They do mention the team is stronger with him, so you will have an advantage if you have him, but he is not, strictly speaking, necessary for it, so that's a good thing. You also only need 3 shields now, not 4. They decided to get rid of the free claim one because they figure if you're spending that much money anyways, they don't want to make it harder for you to get them, or they know there are going to be people who forget to go to the web store and be like, I spent $500. Why don't I have this character? Oh, well, you forgot to go check in on the website. That's just a ridiculous feel bad. So they got rid of that shield. You only need the other 3. You do still need to spend a lot of money to get this character, but at least all you need to do is spend money, I guess. They do specify this is going to be a dark promotional credit character, which we were pretty confident on, but it is good to know entirely. But there's a couple of questions when asked that they just kind of skimmed over or didn't really give a great answer to, such as like, when is this character going to be available in the future? Yes, he is going to be available in the future. No, we said when. When is he going to be available in the future? Like that didn't answer the question that we actually asked. There's a couple of things like that in here that are a little bit frustrating, a bit of corporate speak, if you will. But overall, I'm happy that they did do this because, again, it's always better to have more information than less. There are some decent answers in here. There's just a couple that kind of frustrate me. Last weekend, some players got a free calendar in their inbox, which included gold and a mega gold orb. Now, I didn't get that with either my main account or my baby account, and some of you, a lot of you, wouldn't have either. This was a test. They're trying to promote people playing on the weekends. I didn't realize that was a problem that people were having, but so be it. So if you didn't get it last weekend, you should get it this weekend. Now, I'm recording this Saturday morning, and as of Saturday morning, I didn't get it on my main account or my baby account, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But they are saying that you should receive it this weekend, the one we're in right now, July 6th. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe it'll still show up at some point, but as of right now, I haven't received it. Let me know if you did or if you didn't, maybe last weekend, this weekend, whenever. Just let me know. It's only got 2 different days on the calendar, so it should be pretty obvious as opposed to ones that have like 7 days or 30. Sword Satellite came back to the game on Monday, late Monday afternoon or evening, depending on where you live in the world. I guess there's more options of that depending on where you live in the world, whatever. Sword Satellite came back Monday afternoon, and it didn't work quite the way they hoped it would. Now, there were supposed to be 50 floors, and apparently you could only access the first 40. 41 through 50 were not available to you. So they decided, you know what, we're just going to let this stick around for a couple of days. We'll take it down on Wednesday, and we'll let players get as high as they can. They did remove the last 2 milestones, which I believe were the ones that gave diamonds for Captain America, so you couldn't get those. You could get the rest of the milestones, though, and there were some decent rewards on there. They also got rid of the leaderboard and replaced it with a straight up 1 million gold for literally everybody on the leaderboard, whether you were first place or last place. So that was significantly less incentivizing, but at least you get something for it. And they mentioned that they were going to release the actual version later on. This version was going to end on Wednesday. Cut to Wednesday, and they actually decided to put this off until Monday. So you're going to get the entire week of Sword Satellite. Now, from my understanding, you still can't access 41 through 50. The leaderboard is still not there, and you still can't get those last 2 milestone points. But if you were struggling, it does give you more time to finish the milestones you can complete. This did help me out as I was able to finally finish all of the milestones available to me, get some crimson gear and such like that. So that's really nice. But we are just told that they're going to be releasing the actual event in the near future. There is not a specific date given here, but you should have lots of time to complete the Sword Satellite that is available to us right now, and there is some decent rewards there. So while it's not the one we were hoping for, it's still not bad. It's a good trial run. Also on July 2nd, our thoughts and prayers were finally answered. Apocalypse is getting a rework. No, that's not true. The Apocalypse unlock method is getting a rework. They are changing how you can do it so you don't have to build all of those dead teams. Now, you will still need to build some of these characters, and I mean, Archangel is a little bit less impressive than he was originally, as is Morgan Le Fay. Rogue is holding on okay, and Red Hulk's fine, I guess. But at least you don't need to build up their entire teams. Now you've got a little bit more agency in what you want to build up. So if you want to unlock Apocalypse, now instead of requiring Darkhold at gear tier 13, 15, or 17, you only need Morgan Le Fay at gear tier 13, 15, and 17. Now there are going to be requirements for what the other characters around her are. So, if you want to get your Apocalypse for the Pestilence Saga, instead of needing Darkhold at gear tier 13, you're going to need Morgan Le Fay at gear tier 13, and then 15, and then 17. And then for the Saga missions, instead of needing Darkhold, you're going to just need Mystic at gear tier 16. It will still require Morgan Le Fay. So, instead of Morgan Le Fay and her Darkhold team, you need Morgan Le Fay and Mystics. For Rogue, you need, Famine, you need Rogue and Mutants. For War, you need Red Hulk and Bio. And then for the Death Saga, you're going to need Archangel and Mutant. So that's really nice because that means Rogue and Archangel both double up on Mutants. So you only actually need to build 3 teams instead of 4, and you can build whatever teams instead of those very pigeonholed specific teams. This is a massive change. Now, on the off chance, I haven't heard anything yet, but on the off chance there's any backlash from people who are like, well, I had to build these teams. Shut up. You've had Apocalypse for 2 years now. You're fine. This is the much better way to do it, and it's great for new players. This is a great change all around. The only complaining I will allow on this one is from players who just unlocked Apocalypse within the last week or two. That sucks. I wish we could have given you this information sooner so you would have known that it was coming, but there's so many more players hopefully starting the game wanting to build Apocalypse than the players who got him in the last month and a half who are going to be upset about this. And for anybody who's had this character unlocked for 2 years and upset about this, piss off. Like, that's such a ridiculous complaint. I don't even want to hear about it. This is, at the end of the day, this is great for the game. This is healthy for the game. This is the changes we needed. I just wish we could have got more heads up on this. Now, as far as when this is going to be changed, we don't actually know a specific date. Expect it in the hopefully near future. They did just advertise it, so I'm hoping it's going to be a quick change. But at very least, for the people who are working towards Apocalypse now, you can stop building up those dead teams and start building up the teams you actually care about, as long as you have these specific 4 characters: Morgan Le Fay, Rogue, Red Hulk, and Archangel. You'll be okay. No, I lied. You are going to still need the 3 MSF originals: Deathpool, Kestrel, and Spider-Weaver. You do still need those 3 characters as well. So you need 7 characters total, and then you can build up the other teams however you choose. All right, now here's an issue I didn't know anything about. Did not have any idea that this even existed. But apparently the final node of Dark Dimension 7, which is Mission 13, had a little bit of a... It's not even necessarily a glitch per se, it's just the way that things could work out, where if you died at a specific time in this node, Mephisto would keep gaining charges, and you could get to a point where he would have so many charges that there's literally nothing you could do. No progress could be made. You would just like go in, get wiped, and rinse and repeat forever, and nothing would happen. So they did change the way that the kit works so that it doesn't act like, not everywhere, but just in this specific mission. So that you're not going to be able to gain infinite charges to make that happen. If you are stuck in that loop, reach out to customer service. They can reset the node for you. And when you go back into it, it should be significantly easier for you, or at very least, you're not going to get stuck at that same point. This is a great proactive change. I'm hoping not too many people were stuck in that state. Again, I'm on like node 2 or something of Dark Dimension 7, so I'm miles away from this, but I'm glad to know that there's not that hurdle to get to when I do finally get there. Okay. I'm going to try and tackle this one without just getting super frustrated. This doesn't affect me personally, but it affects people I know, and it's such a boneheaded decision that I don't know what else to call this. The Captain Britain unlock method is bad. I've made my peace with it. I don't care. Whatever. You have yours saying, I have mine. I'm not spending money on them. I don't spend a lot of money unlocking characters in this game in general. They didn't incentivize me to change that with the way they're doing this unlock method. Whatever. I put my pitchfork down. I moved on with my life. I've made my peace with it. However, for the people who do want to interact with this and do want to purchase Shuri and do want to purchase Hank, they've actually kind of gone about that in a bad way and made people feel bad about how they did it. If you want to see more on this, BeniWestSide has an excellent video explaining his experience with this and how they made him feel like an idiot for spending money on his company, on their company. So I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out that video. He really articulates it better than I could. So if you want to know the full details, go and watch that. But essentially, if you paid money to unlock Black Panther Shuri, you were supposed to get awakened abilities. What they didn't explain to you is you have to purchase 2 offers to do that. So while there was an offer where you could unlock her at 5 stars for one-time purchase, that would not give you the awakened ability. You had to buy 2 separate offers. So people who are spending, I'm going to say Canadian, $175 to unlock her at 5 stars didn't get the awakened abilities. But if you spent $50 twice to get 3 stars or maybe 4 stars, I didn't look into this that heavily, you will get the awakened abilities. Now, you can argue that, yes, if you spent the extra money, you spent more money to get more shards, that's why are you complaining? But why wouldn't you give the awakened abilities to everybody who spent money to unlock this character? They're doing what you want them to do. They're giving your company money in return for this. And my understanding is that you had to buy originally, there were the offers up, and if you bought the offer, a new offer would show up if you refreshed the web page. Well, you've got some Krakens out there who just bought every offer. So they did buy multiple offers off the web page, but they never refreshed the web page. So they didn't see that awakened ability show up until they already had 7 yellow stars for Shuri. Once they have the 7 yellow shards, the offer that's going to unlock the awakened abilities isn't worth it, because part of that is you're going to get shards for the character. So you're spending the money on the shards as well as the awakened ability. But now I've already got 7 yellow stars on this character. Why would I spend that much money just to get the awakened abilities? Why are you kicking dirt in my face for spending money on your game willingly the second that I could? So they did go back and change that, and they're saying, okay, if you bought multiple offers, we're going to give you the awakened ability. So that's the positive side to this. So if you were one of those Krakens who did buy all of the shards you needed right away, you will get the awakened ability. However, if you're on a budget and you decided, you know what, I'm going to push myself, I'm going to get the one-time offer that's going to give me 5 yellow stars so that I can unlock this, I'll still spend money on Hank Pym, and then I'll get my Captain Britain. Because you only purchased one offer, you are not getting awakened abilities for this. That feels scummy. And again, link down below, watch BeniWestSide's video, and he can explain it better than I can with specific details, with receipts from him dealing with customer service. It's worth the watch. Even if you're not planning on interacting with this in any way, shape, or form like I am, I'm not planning on buying this character, it's still an interesting video to watch just to see how they value their customers. And it's worth pointing out that BeniWestSide is not only a loyal customer, he's also an envoy. And if they're treating him like this, it doesn't look great. Sorry, I don't have there's not a great positive spin on this. I guess the positive is if you did buy multiple offers, like you just mad clicked and bought everything, you'll get the awakened abilities. That's the bonus here. But just give it to everybody who spent money on the character. Why wouldn't you? Or at least a certain amount of money. Like maybe if there's like a price point. If you pass this price point, you should get it. Because like maybe if you spend like $8, okay, fine, you're not going to get the awakened ability for that. But if you spend over $100 on this character, whether it's from one offer or from 5, you should get it. Anyways, I'm not spending money. It doesn't affect me. Let's move on. All right, let's end the recap on a positive note, or at least a positive for me. The Cosmic Crucible Content Creator Clash continues with Season 9 of Cosmic Crucible coming out in a few weeks. We are going to be doing another Cosmic Crucible Envoy tournament. I am involved again, which is very exciting for me, as well as Duelim is going to be coming back to defend his title, or at least attempt to. Now, there is going to be another prediction thing from the community where if you can get all 8 of our locations on the tournament right, you will be rewarded with pretty significant things. Nobody got it perfect last time, but I believe there were 8 people who got it within 6, so they decided to reward those 8 people. So congratulations to them. Hopefully somebody can nail it down this time, but either way, make sure you do your predictions on that one so that you can see how well you do and maybe have a chance at glory. Don't put me in the top 4. Let's just spoiler alert. But it is fun that I get to participate in this. Now, the tournament is going to consist of 3 trials, as every Cosmic Crucible tournament does. Each one is going to be 1 hour long, so it's going to be a 3-hour tournament that you can watch over at twitch.tv/the Mongooli Show. There's other links for depending on which content creator you want to watch. We'll get into that in a second. All participants will have an identical level 100 account. All characters are level 100, gear tier 18, 7 yellow star, 7 red star, and no diamonds. Now, the last time we did this tournament, I technically had a diamond on Mr. Fantastic. I told them about it, but they were like, who cares? Nobody's ever going to use him. Now that he's an Illuminati member, I really need to make sure that they remove that diamond from that character, because I don't want to be called a cheater for any way, shape, or form. So I'll make sure that that does happen. Full Illuminati teams with Captain Britain and his awakened abilities. So you're going to have that whole thing to look forward to. And still no Mephisto. I'm assuming down the road, if we get enough characters in the actual game that unlock Mephisto, they will change that rule. But right here, right now, there's not enough people that have Mephisto unlocked. So we're not showcasing him. We are showcasing the Illuminati team, however. The rewards this time around. Last time it was purely bragging rights. This time the winner of the tournament is actually going to be able to create a room rule for season 10, which I think is pretty cool. Now, it's been leaked that Duelam is working on something like that for season 9. I don't know if his room rule has been finalized or if they decided, you know what, we can't make what you want to have work. We do know that room number 6 is going to be called Duelam's Destruction. That was spoiled by Duelam himself on a stream recently. So we know that much, but we don't know what the room rule is going to be just yet. The date of this tournament is going to be July 11th at 9 p.m. Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're watching me. So make sure you head over to twitch.tv/The Mongooli Show, hit that follow button so you can watch this tournament live as it's happening. The participants this week are the returning mobile gamer, Dorky Dad, Duelam, Ambassador Al, myself, and Updog, as well as brand new contestants Valley Flying and BeniWestSide. Now, we don't have Pathfinder or Bendable Straws. I'm not entirely sure why they weren't able to make it this time around, but I'm very excited to have my friend BeniWestSide in this. And Valley Flying is one of the very few content creators I watch every single thing he makes, so I'm excited to have him. I'd love to go against either one of those guys. I think Benny will crush me, but maybe we have a chance against some of the others here. So look forward to this July 11th. All of the links for these content creators are down below for their Twitch, so you can go ahead and follow every single one of them. This is going to be a good time. There's going to be promotional codes given out during this event, so if you want to check that out, you can actually reward yourself for doing it, as well as just having fun. So nothing negative to say about this. I think this is a great time. July 11th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/The Mongooli Show. I'll see you there. Sorry, it does also say, please join our official Discord server for chances to win even more awesome goodies. I'll leave a link for their Discord server down below as well. All right, that's it for last week. Let's jump into this week's blog and see what we're dealing with. All right, first up, we're going to be taking a look at the keep an eye for the inbox messages alerting you to character availability for the leader coming to the Cosmic Crucible store and Iron Patriot to spotlight raid orbs. These are great. I love the Cabal team. I love Cosmic Crucible. This is an amazing team, and the fact that they're becoming farmable is fantastic. We don't know an exact date, but whenever it comes into this, you can expect it in the next 2 weeks or less, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It does also mention that Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to the campaign. He's been in the Spotlight raid orbs, though, so I got him to max levels instantly, so that's less exciting for me personally, but if you don't have him yet, now you know he's going to be villain hard 6-9. Not even touching the joke there. Hank Pym is coming to the game on July 11th for all the regular reasons. You can spend your power cores, you can spend your hard-earned money. Make sure you're checking the red orb store so you get your 7 red orbs on him. But other than that, this is just gonna be a regular release. Now, I have not seen anything hinting that this is gonna be a discounted release like Shuri was. They gave you Shuri for a little bit cheaper so that you're more inclined to buy Hank, but Hank is back to regular full price. I have not seen anything saying otherwise. Starting on Monday, we have the Unleash the Beast event where you're going to want to earn some summer camp tickets from campaign nodes. Now, we don't know how many you're going to get from that, and that's the only thing it says. So let's take a look at the chart. So you can see that the only, well, you probably can't see actually, it's a pretty small chart, but the summer camp ticket is the only way to earn for here, as well as the feeder event. So we're going to have to hope that they're pretty generous with these tickets, but we don't know what they're going to get from each node until Monday. Now, it is a 1-for-1, so again, I really hope it's like a 6 or an 8 times multiplier from the campaign nodes, but we'll have to see. You're gonna get lab supplies, the Queen's Entourage orb fragments, and some Sasquatch shards. Not enough to unlock him, but enough to help out with the monthly event where you're unlocking him. There's also superior, augmented, advanced, and if you can get down all the way to milestone 17, you will start getting some crimson gear, and if you can get down to 18, you'll get some diamond orb fragments. Nothing terribly exciting on here, but we will want to get the Sasquatch squat shards. The Queen's Entourage is a gamble, so you could do really well with that and unlock Black Panther Shuri, or you could just get character shards for characters that, quite frankly, you don't need anymore because there's different ways to unlock those characters. Either way, look for this event starting on Monday, and hopefully we'll have a video for that out shortly. For the feeder event, this is really interesting and kind of discouraging. The only way to earn is by spending your summer camp tickets. So you are going to need to get a significant amount of these from the previous event. This is spending at a 1-to-1 ratio, and it looks like the maximum tier is you're going to want to spend 66,000 of these tickets. So for this feeder event, you're going to want to spend your summer camp tickets. So those are the ones you're going to be getting from the campaign nodes. But you can see the rewards for this are also summer camp tickets, or at least some of them are. So you're going to be getting about 7,500 summer camp tickets from this event. And as long as you spend them, they're going to be working towards earning this event as well as 4,500 of the summer camp discovery milestone points, which will help you towards the main event. Now you can tell that both the summer camp discovery milestone points and the summer camp tickets do help towards the main events. You're actually getting like 12,000 points towards the main event, but in 2 different categories. I'm assuming this is going to be like a store event, which they've done in the past. So we'll check back on Monday and see how good that store is, how many summer camp tickets you're going to get for node, and what you're going to need to actually spend in order to maximize this event. There is an alliance-wide event coming out on Monday where you're going to want to be spending ISO 8 energy and collecting allied supply 5 orb fragments. This event lasts for 7 days. It is a 1-for-1 ratio for the spending ISO 8 energy. There's some lab supplies available for here, as well as some training orb fragments, some L4 training modules, dark promotional credits if you can make it down low enough, crimson gear if you can make it down low enough. There's no leaderboard attached to this event, so just coordinate with your alliance and do the best that you can. The Quick Rumble event is going to be Superior 6. They've been up for quite some time. This is not the Sinister 6. This is only the newer characters, but even so, they're farmable at this point, so you should have all this. You should be able to do this pretty simply. The Merc's Golden Bounty event is back this weekend. If my math is correct, I believe this is the final weekend for it, but it doesn't actually say that anywhere here, so I mean, hopefully it just keeps going. I love this event. I think it's fantastic. But as far as I know, this is the final week for this. If I'm wrong, fantastic. And if I'm right, make sure you get in there and get as much gold out of the event as you can. And if you haven't got your Old Man Logan Awakened ability from this one yet, push towards that. And lastly, the new Time Heist is live. Now, I made a video about this right here that you can go and check out if you're interested in these things. The prices are a little bit different than what I originally stated. If we take a look at that, the blog is saying that both of the final offers for level 80 and level 95 are both going to be $39.99. Now, if we take a look in game, we can see that these prices are different. Now, admittedly, this is Canadian, so don't worry about that. Like, the American price is probably $39.99 for this one, but it says they're the same price. That's the important part. And if we look at the 80 one, it's $54.99. And if we look at the 95 one, it's $68.99, which is not what they originally told us. Now, is the blog wrong or is the price in game wrong? I'm not sure, but maybe we should reach out to Scopely and find that out 100% before people start spending money on this one. All right, and that's all we got for you this week. Now, as I said, I did take some time off last week with Canada Day and family being around and whatnot, but we're back in the thick of it now. So this week, we're going to have more videos coming out. So hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and hit subscribe if you want to see more of that great content. We record a lot of these videos live over at twitch.tv/The Mongooli Show. So head over there and hit that follow button so you know when we go live so you can hang out with us in real time. It's always really fun. We'll be broadcasting the Cosmic Crucible tournament on July 11th here on YouTube as well as over at twitch.tv. So you can go to either one, whichever you prefer, and join along. There are going to be some promotional codes that we'll be giving away during that stream. So it should be a ton of fun. Come on out, cheer me out, tell me how bad I am, follow one of the other content creators, whatever you want to do. Be a part of that though, because it is a lot of fun and I want them to keep doing these. Until next time, Commanders, I hope you're safe, I hope you're well, and good luck to you.